I hadn't slept for like a month. Yeah.
Why?
Oh, I'm just out of my mind.
You ruined JLS.
Yeah. And when you get someone on the phone, say you're not thinking of stabbing anyone. And then they're going to think you are thinking of stabbing someone.
I think he was like, what was it called?
Thick as a plank. He was.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
He was happy.
Right.
He was happy.
He was a happy lad.
Yeah. Loved his keys.
More dog than boy.
Gandhi shags kids, mate.
Hutchinson, you've taken your brother as a lover.
Why am I a dog?
Your father's a bed builder.
No. And I remember the day mighty well, because the sun was shining and the rain was pouring. I was looking at a rainbow.
Oh! Go on, Hutch. I'll be Starsky.
Yes, the boys. We are proudly brought to you today by Manscaped, the world leaders in male grooming. Tony, it is important to give your balls that extra bit of TLC, okay?
It sure is, Jamie.
Your initials, TLC, Tender Love and Care Tony Carroll. That's what they call him, mate. And part of his reason is because his bollocks smell pristine. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, it's me balls, it's, do I do all that? You need to be grooming your balls, lads, yeah? So, with Manscaped, if you go on manscaped.com, the link's there for you. The link is there for you, and you type in Green Room as your discount code, you get 20% off and free shipping. You get all this stuff. I've brought this out especially, the ball deodorant. You need your balls to be smelling nice. Like, hard days graft, you think you're getting a suck? Nah, mate. It could be the perfect gift. Father's Day. Look, it's Father's Day. I hate to break it to you. Your mummy sucking cock. Do you want your mum to have smeg in her mouth? No. So get your dad Manscaped. Code Green Room, 20% off. See you on the other side. Give your mum a little wink. And
Balls
say,
ahoy.
balls ahoy.
Hi guys, welcome to HotWaterComedyClub Green Room Podcast. Just want to let you know we have a 7-day free trial period for the Patreon episodes. There's over 50 episodes over on patreon.com, and also there's live shows are on there too.
Absolutely, Jamie. Mate. So get over to patreon.com/HotWatersGreenRoom. Try before you buy. Dip your toe in paradise before you have a nice swim in us. The tiers start from £3 a month, and we've got a £5 tier and a £10 tier for extra perks. We want to see you there, because that is where the magic happens. Let's get into the episode.
Get to the cash machine. Hello everyone, welcome to Hot Water's Green Room Podcast with me, Tony Carroll.
Me, Jamie H.
Today, special guest.
Special guest. Yeah. It's Victoria's mate.
Me. Me.
Mr. Mike Rice, the other one.
Yeah.
Welcome, mate.
How are you, mate?
Good.
Good. We've been chewing the fat.
Chewing the fat.
Chewing the fat.
Yeah.
Yes. We've been having a nice little beverage.
Yeah.
In Danny Max.
Yeah, I was late.
He was late. Well, you're on Tony time.
Yeah, of course.
It's your big day, though.
It's my big day.
You can be late if you want to.
My shows today, Tony Carroll and Friends. Stacked lineup.
Stacked, baby.
These two guys are on.
Yeah.
Paul Smith, Adam Rowe, Kay Nicholson.
Keegan and Callum.
Fucking stacked, mate.
Good, you know what's good? It's a mix of youth and
first wisdom.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Youth and first team players.
Lovely balance.
So it's like a Carabao Cup match.
Yeah.
You know what I mean today?
I absolutely know that.
Like, it's a home banker, mate.
Yeah.
Do you watch football?
Yeah, I do. Although I tell you this now, and this couldn't go back to the human stuff. I did in 2015, and this is, you were saying Fisher gay, this is gayer. I started meditating, right?
Oh my God.
I know, yeah.
Is that why I had an non-alcoholic Guinness?
I had non-alcoholic. No, that's because I haven't been sleeping and I'm on this medication, and drink is driving me cracked at the minute. But I've decided to drink as well, because honestly, I just want your approval. And that's the truth.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's the way to get it.
And there was another fella not drinking in the pub. Callum, was it? And you were like, where's your tampon, you fucking gay bastard? And then I was in my head, I'm like, I don't want to be like him.
Yeah.
So I was like,
see?
Yeah, the next time I'm off for a booze, I'm
Peer
taking
pressure,
it.
mate. That's how it should be.
Should be, shouldn't
You
it?
can't be asking me to go to the bar and say non-alcoholic Guinness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you look like the
I've
gay
got a
boy.
reputation to protect.
To be fair, when I said that, and I could see there was like a
You saw
second.
you saw the.
I saw just you just being like, fucking cunt. Like, I really, you did like me a lot less. And I could see that. And then I was like, right, what I'll do is now, I'll go down and sit down beside him, try to butter him up, ask him questions about his life. But I don't know even if that worked much, do you know?
No, I didn't like you less. I respected you less. Obviously.
What's the medication you're on?
Well, I'm on this thing called citalopram now. So they're like this antidepressant stuff, and then there's stuff for sleeping. Although I had to get off the medication for sleeping. I hadn't slept for like a month. Yeah. Oh, I'm just out of my mind. I don't know. I met a fucking girl I liked, and I don't usually like anyone, and it's just had me up the walls.
Yeah.
But I was also like, I'd gone through a period where if I'd anything that I was worried about, I wouldn't sleep at all the night before. Like, I shot a special, I didn't sleep at all the night before. So then, like, for the special, I'm just like, you know.
Did you start seeing all mad things and that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
What,
right.
hallucinating?
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
get bad
that sounds
things,
good,
totally bad, yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
also?
I think it's after, like, say, 6-7 days. That's when your mind starts going fucked.
that's
Is it
right.
close? I've done 2 days, but
Yeah. But that
think
was
it's done.
probably like on coke or something, was it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, does it not count if it's on coke?
Well, it's not like a medical thing.
That's cheating, lad.
I cheated.
Yeah.
You just see unicorns on coke.
Yeah.
It's like a musical act.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's an applause break, but was it really? Yeah.
Well, you can't go to the doctor and be like, I'm not sleeping. There's like, do you have any idea the cause? Well, I've been doing coke for the last 48 hours. You know, it's not going to go as well. But I was doing, actually, I did a gig there and I hadn't been sleeping. I was gone a bit mad. And I was closing the gig, but I was kind of half like fucking, and I was kind of forgetting words and shit. And so then I came off after the gig, and there's this owl one. She's a comedian, and she's like, I used to know her from Dublin. She used to live there, but she's an English old woman. And she was like, we have to call the NHS now. That we're calling them, and I want you to call them up. You're getting an appointment, because the NHS, I rang them up and was like, I'm fucking not sleeping. Then they give you an appointment for the fucking week later. Yeah. So she's like, I used to work in healthcare. You call them up right now, and when you get someone on the phone, say you're not thinking of stabbing anyone, and then they're going to think you are thinking of stabbing someone. So they're going to give you an appointment. So she's like, the first thing you say, they say, how are you doing? You just say, I'm not thinking of stabbing anyone, right? So I go on I called them up anyway. And they were like, she stood right beside me, and she's like, kind of like, but they could hear her like telling me stuff. It was on like loudspeaker. Yeah. Tell him you're not thinking. And I was like, I'm not thinking of stabbing anyone. And then they were like, you know, whatever on the NHS. They were like, oh, okay, and you know, they ask you these mad questions, because I said I wasn't sleeping, and I was seeing things and I was hearing things, which is true. Yeah. And then they're like, you know, they're like, and have you been exhibiting any strange behavior? And I have to be like, no, you know, like just act as weird as you fucking can. So anyway, this is like 10:30 at night. They say, right, we're going to get a lad to call you back, clinician or something. I was like, grand. There's no call back. That night, I finally get to sleep at 5:45 in the morning, right? At 6:15, the NHS rang and fucking woke me up. Oh. Lad, I nearly went through the fucking wall. I was like, are you fucking serious? Right? And
now I'm thinking of stabbing you.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your address, you cunt? You dirty, I just turned Northern Irish. What's your address, sir?
I know where you live.
So I went, and then I was like, do you have an appointment for me? And they're actually, now we're just following up. For what? And they were like, just to see how it's going. I was like, you fucking, and I was furious. I was up fucking punching the like air and shit, because I'm going mad anyway, like, you know.
Was you punching objects that were in the air? Like
me?
You could see, like
yes.
a loose, what
like
sort
the
of
head
things
of
were you
like
seeing?
Louis Walsh.
Bang!
Just,
Louis Walsh.
yeah.
You ruined JLS.
Yeah. They had so much potential, you overworked them early. Yeah.
Push Marvin Humes more.
You could have got more out of Westlife. You left a lot on the table with Boyzone. What are you doing?
Why won't you kiss me back?
Yeah.
Louis Walsh one.
Yeah, so anyway. So yeah, that's it. So, but then as well, because when I'm not sleeping, then if I drink on top of that, the next day, the hangover. It's like I just want to kill myself.
Have you tried weed?
Yeah. Huh?
Have you tried weed?
Weed drives me absolutely fucking AWOL.
Yeah,
lad.
same. It gets me paranoid.
I think everything in life, if I had weed now, I'd be like, the two boys fucking hate me. Jamie thinks I'm gay. I already think that,
see,
but
I had
more. I think more.
Today?
I had an issue about maybe 3-4 years ago with sleeping because I work nights, like pattern shifts, and it was just I just couldn't like get it properly right for a few months.
Yeah.
So I was having a terrible time sleeping. I started on sleeping tablets, but then I started depending on them then. So I was on these Zoppy clones, have you heard them?
Lad, I've been fucking absolutely lamping Zoppy clones.
Yeah.
But
Zoppy clones? That sounds mint, man.
And you know, if you stay awake on them, you get on like a mad strip. You know?
yeah.
Zoppies, me, lad.
Sounds like a fucking fair ride.
I'm getting on the Zoppy.
And then you wake up and you've been cloned.
If any children watch this,
Cloney Carroll.
if any children, we have to address this. If any children watch this, do not take any
Zoppy clones.
Zoppies.
Yeah.
Coke and MD instead.
Zoppy Joes.
Don't.
We can be educational, mate.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I was basically not sleeping unless I'd have a Zoppy clone.
Yeah.
So it was dependent on it basically. So I had to go cold turkey for a few weeks, and luckily enough it worked out.
Yeah, I'm in the cold turkey phase now.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating a lot.
So, what your sleeping pattern now?
Huh?
What's your sleeping pattern last night, for example?
Oh, so last night, so the night before last night, I didn't sleep. So then yesterday, I'm not allowed nap. So I just had to stay awake till 12 last
Why aren't
night.
you allowed naps?
Huh?
Why aren't you allowed naps?
Because a lady in a book said it. She was like, "You're not allowed." I was like, "Really?" She was like,
Fuck
but that's
that,
what she
lad.
said. Yeah,
Got a nap, take a nap,
I
mate.
think it's because you need to like reset your body clock.
that's right.
That's what it is.
Yeah. The problem was I never. What you have to do is like you go cold turkey off the pills, and then you get up at a certain time, and you have to wait till your actual bedtime to go to sleep to reset the thing. But that might take a fucking while. But I never had the patience. Like over the last month, I just keep taking fucking Xanax and like other things.
One of the best things I think about being an adult is not having a bedtime. Is not having a bedtime. Because I've had a bedtime imposed on me recently.
Right.
Because I'm sleeping with my brother.
Hutchinson, you've taken your brother as a lover. What the hell? What kind of carry on are you up to down here?
There's no love involved.
There's no love involved.
No, it's strictly business.
It's just fucking.
Have you had your bed fixed yet?
Fucking.
What?
Have you had your bed fixed?
My dad's round now, but he's just hoovering.
Yeah. I've been actually stabbed by my brother.
Oh, I've had a PlayStation 2 in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had...
Did she got stabbed by your brother?
Oh, yeah.
Did he ring the NHS? Say, I feel like I'm going to stab someone.
Yeah. I was in Ireland, Kilkenny, Ireland, but I called the British health system just to let them know.
Why did he stab you?
Well, so my little brother's name is Nimnog. Great lad now. Lovely fella, kind of a serious fella. But when we were younger, just to give you context, Nimnog...
Is he younger than you or older?
He's younger.
Right, yeah.
But so Nimnog was obsessed with keys.
Yeah.
Like-
well, so am I.
Yeah. What, Hutchinson? On the Southampton boys. You know all that.
Yes.
Hutchinson's at it again.
What about you?
So he was like, just keys to the house, the shed, everything. He just would go into town and he'd get keys cut of every single room in our house. Now we had a house, because I grew up on a farm. So we had, I don't know how this even fucking
translates.
Translate to this, but every door would have a key lock in it. So he got keys to every single door in the house cut. So we'd be going into town, we go to the playground or something. He'd be off down to the hardware store getting keys cut. So he used to have this big fucking thing of keys, right? And he was just like, to him, like a fucking grounds. That was like groundskeeper Willie. Like that was the height of life. You know what I mean? That was lifestyle porn. So he, but he would use these keys then to discipline us, right? Like, so he would shove them up our ass. No, he didn't. But he would. So, because he got kind of this dictatorial kind of power complex of control and kind of manipulation of the house and power. Yes, yes, I have the key and the key to success. So, for example, if we stepped out of line, he would use them to punish us. So he had the keys to our room and we didn't. So like one morning I got up out of bed, went over to my door in my bedroom. I went to open it. It's locked, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? I started like banging. I was like, hey, who's outside? And he's outside the door. He's like, you shouldn't have eaten all the chocolate, Mike. That was supposed to be for everyone, right? So he's like, so I had eaten more than my fair share of chocolate. And you see, the thing is that he has this thing about human rights. I don't know if he read like the UN, Geneva Convention, I don't know what, but he has this thing about like, if something unfair happens, retribution must.
Oh, eye of an eye.
Yeah.
Eye for an eye.
But eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind, Gandhi said. And you would know that as a
Yeah,
humanist.
Gandhi shags kids, mate.
Oh, hey!
Strong accusation, that mate.
knobhead.
That's, come on now.
He
No,
does, lad.
no, he would.
Why has he got a bed sheet with him all the time then?
Because he, you know.
He's a tramp. Lad.
wanted
Like to dress
air.
up as a ghost for Halloween.
Yeah. He thought every month was
Comedy.
October.
I thought Shakespeare said an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind.
No, it's Gandhi.
Yeah, I'm going for Gandhi on it.
Yeah, Gandhi,
But
devil.
no, what Gandhi used to do, and this is actually sound, he would get apparently like 12-year-old kids, or maybe younger, to sleep.
See? You see?
Well,
Hey, you didn't let me finish. This ends up good for Gandhi. So
Yeah, good. Not good for the kids.
not good for the kids, but he'd bring him into his teepee or whatever he was sleeping in. And
just that's it. It's jet.
yeah, for some reason in my head, he did sleep in a tent. Did he though? I don't
No,
know.
you're thinking of Ray Mays.
Yeah,
I
you're
get
right.
it.
But so he'd get the kid to sleep beside him as a test.
Oh,
to test himself.
yeah,
That's
I've
right.
heard of him now.
So he's a fucking pedo, him.
I mean, it is, you know, there'd be better ways to test yourself, like just do a marathon or something. But
Yeah.
he was like, this is the
Yeah,
test.
because I sleep next to my brother, and sometimes you wake up with an hard on.
Yeah. Whoa, no.
Are you the new Gandhi?
Maybe I am the new Gandhi.
Humanist?
Are you just testing yourself?
No, I don't. I don't act on it, but you wake up with a bit of morning glory,
Right.
as is my right as a man.
Yeah.
That is, you've every right to
That
do
is
that.
I'm not dictating that. That's
My
just,
brother would say that's one of your rights.
That's just my body.
Yeah.
But my brother's next to me because basically I've got a broken bed. It's been
Yeah.
covered on here. Got a broken bed, but I have to wait for my dad to finish jury service to build my new bed.
Your father's a bed builder.
No, I'm just not. I trust better men.
Right.
He's a better man than me.
And this is a philosophy that you
Yeah.
espoused to me
Yeah.
before the pod.
I trust better men.
Yeah.
So I get a new bed and it comes in like a bed Lego set.
Yeah.
So you have to build it in that.
Right.
I don't understand. I later found out you can buy pre-built beds. That blew my mind.
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing.
You thought that it was the raw materials and it has to be
Yeah,
assembled on
That's
site.
what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was build a bed.
You thought IKEA was the only place.
Let's build a bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought you had to build your own bed. I can't build. I've never been good at Lego or anything like that. So I said to my dad, will you come round and build my bed for me?
Yeah.
He went, I can't, I'm doing jury service. So I went, right, sound. So I've been sleeping on a broken bed. The bed is so broken, I just slept on a new mattress
Yeah.
on top of my old bed. So I've been sleeping really high, but I keep falling off because I kept the plastic sheet on. And I was slipping, sliding.
And you've got your brother there beside you.
No. So then I gave up that dream of the
Yes.
stacked bed to sleep with my brother because he's got a double bed because he has his autistic computer in the corner. So he gets the double bed.
Right. So you sleep next to him. How long has this case been going on?
Oh, just this week.
Right.
I have slept with him for 6 months once.
And that was just for love of the game.
That was because he had a mouse in his room.
Yeah.
He saw a mouse in his room one day and he couldn't sleep in there.
Yeah.
So I said, just get him with me. It's all fine.
Right.
Don't tell your mum.
Mike, maybe that's what you need. Hot Cheeto to sleep with you and maybe you can go to sleep.
That's right. Hutchinson.
I'm so comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
yeah, actually, maybe you should try that. Have a dance partner in bed.
Well, there is a lady
You
that.
want to get rid of that?
Yeah. Because I was going to say.
A real one?
Yeah.
A real lady?
Well, certainly the illusion one.
Don't want to be doing that.
Yeah, but she's not. I just don't think she's as.
Well, just
she's
imagine-
not as comfortable as you. She's
Just
quite a
imagine
boat.
her though holding you, yeah. And
Yeah.
Just like, just stroking you saying, everything's going to be all right. You go and sleep, baby boy.
I make
Hutchinson doing
I
that.
Well, yeah, you could. Or a
I
good
make
lady.
stories up for my girlfriend to fall asleep.
Really?
So I go like, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Foot, who live at number 1 Leg Drive.
Yeah.
And I make a story up about her feet being a marriage.
Oh, so it's about her feet.
Yeah, her feet.
And do you kind of like do that thing with her toes or no?
No, I'm just like saying, and so it's called Stuart Foot and Pauline Foot. So I go and Pauline, there was a bit of a trouble with the ankle today.
Right.
She had a sore ankle, so you explain like the ankle's a child who's been playing up.
Yes.
Stuart's hit the ankle. Pauline is against ankle violence.
Oh.
And then and they live on Leg Drive. They're 1 Leg Drive. And then you have Mr. and Mrs. Shin, who are 2 Leg Drive. And then like Mr. and Mrs. Fye, who are like 3 Leg Drive.
And Oscar Pistorius lives next to them.
He's in a bungalow.
And now, if you were to say now, and if you wanted to initiate some fucking horseplay, would you bring then Miss Vagina has begged for a visit?
Oh, yeah.
Betsy Vagina.
But I say like she's single because there's only one vagina.
Yeah.
Famously. But anything that there's individual, I pretend there's like a divorcee. It's like a nose is a divorcee.
Right.
And they've got 2 kids, the nostrils. And I just make stories up about a body, but as humans.
A new story every night?
Well, just not every night, but if she's struggling to sleep, I'll just stroke her hair and go, what would Pauline Foot say? And all the way down in Leg Drive today, Pauline and Stuart went to the fair.
That would be good, but
that sort of soft sort of storytelling.
Do you know there's a business to that? Sleep time storytelling, because that's what...
I'd be so good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would.
I'd be so good at that. And you're just drifting off with Tony and Mike. They've had their sleeping tablets. And his feet are in warm sand. And what's that in the corner? There's a wee man there with an autistic helmet. Playing with a pebble. Thinking it's a button to a podcast studio. And what's his name? Dee-wee Lynch. So I'll just do that ASMR voice till she falls asleep.
Oh, that's fucking beautiful. That's fucking beautiful.
That was good with headphones on, I must say. I was drifting.
Yeah, I do need something like that.
I fall asleep, but this is the big thing with me and my brother at the moment, is because he has to fall asleep to Rain.
Yeah,
and I have
Like me, have the same.
And I have to fall asleep to a politics podcast called...
So it's just raining on Boris Johnson or...
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And it's quite a good addition. So... But we're fighting for our own ASMR because our ears, sapiens, link to what's going on.
Yes.
So I want to be in the middle. I listen to a podcast all about scandals and stuff. And I'm getting into the story, and they do it like a radio play sort of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas he's listening to Rain, then my mum walks past who falls asleep to Casualty. And she's like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I go, oh, shut up.
None of your business.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Join us.
Yeah.
Put Casualty on. Yeah. Get in the middle of the bed.
Just make it a full fucking circus. Start breastfeeding the two of you. Fucking just either one. Casualty, Rain, politics. The two boys back to the fucking business. Jeez. And he broke a fucking an Xbox off your head.
PS2, yeah.
Fucking
So I
hell.
saved over a game on his memory card or something.
Yeah. Because my brother...
My mum gave him a knife once.
Yeah.
So my brother was like, oh, Jamie did this, Jamie did that. Oh, no, he didn't. And my mum went, there's a knife, go and kill him then.
No.
What the fuck?
So if you keep going on about it, there's a knife, kill him now.
No.
Yeah, seriously.
Jamie.
That was a parent.
Now.
He went, oh, I don't, because she knew he'd crumble.
Fucking
That's a
coward.
big fucking gamble.
Fucking coward. Coward. Now, that's not what happened with my brother. He fucking took the mantle and fucking ran with it.
I want to know, how long did he keep you in there for
Huh?
when he locked you in for the chocolate?
Who locked me in for the chocolate? Oh,
yeah.
no. Well, sure, like maybe half an hour, but then like my
Yeah.
parents wake up and
See what's going on.
I have to go to school. So they're like, why isn't Michael coming out? And he's just like, because he hasn't been towing the line. And then like, you know,
Did your mum and dad just like say it to him? Like,
of course they did. They were like,
fuck.
would you let him out? What are you doing? You little mental case. And they'd be like, hey, that job. You know, he would get these rages, right? But so then one time, but so also as well, they kind of appeased him because they knew.
You don't want him to kick
Well, he
off.
was an extremist. He was radical, and they didn't know what he would do. So they were like, if he turns on us, then we're in the fucking, we're in the arse of the garden. We're fucked, right? And so what happened?
They
one
locked
time,
in their bedroom.
Why'd you have that chocolate?
Well, funny thing is that at one time he was being naughty or bolder. He was doing some shit, and then my mother took his phone, right, as a punishment, and he saw this as a massive infringement of his human rights, right? So he's like, you have no right to take my property, blah, blah. He's like citing some law things, Abbott versus McNeil, you know, some shite. So anyway, next thing, right, the next day, my father goes down to go outside to milk the cows. Like, we live on a fucking farm. And he goes out to go out the back door. Oh, fucking pulls the back door locked, right? He comes back into the kitchen. Nimnog is waiting in the kitchen for him. And my father's like, what's going on here? And he goes, I want my phone back, right? What he's done is he's locked every door of the house. He's taken the keys of all the vehicles. And in the sickest turn of all, he's locked the toilets, right? So he's dirty protest, right? Shit on the walls. I want us to be recognised as a political prisoner. Fucking Nimnog Sands, right? So next thing anyway, my mother comes out. She has to go to work. She's a nurse. My father has to go out. So they come down. They're like, give us back the keys, blah, blah, blah. He's sitting in this chair, and I've never seen a more radicalised man. He's just there. I will not. You know, I will not. I want my phone, my rights to the phone. So they're like screaming out. He's like, no. And like, you know, he would have loved if they hit him, like, because then he would have pictures. He's into the fucking. He'd always be calling, like, he loved the guards and authority and like getting people involved. So anyway, in the end, they just have to go to work. So they're like, right. Like, they just say, right, here's the phone, give us the keys, right? And he goes, okay, thank you. And he's immediately calm, and he's like, that's a deal, we've done a deal now. So, of course, yeah, but
Good Friday agreement.
So he felt this is an honourable deal, has been done in good faith. Like, obviously, as soon as they got the keys, they, like, took the phone back off him and, like, whatever. He's like, you reneged on the deal, you motherfucker. You know, gone fucking belugas. And so then, how this is relevant to the first thing I said is years later, I started driving, right? Or not, I was driving already. He's a few years younger. And he started driving, and we were sharing driving the same Jeep, right? And so this is the first time he's ever had to share a set of keys with anyone, right? Because it's the same key, right? Yeah. So anyway, one day I'm out milking the cows with my father, and next thing I have to go play five-a-side, right? So I come in anyway, you know, just covered in shit. You've just been out having a cow shit in your fucking ear, and you're and you learn to like it, lads. But so I come in anyway, and next thing I says, I goes to see where the keys to Jeep are. They're not there. I said, who's the keys to Jeep? And James was like, you can't have them tonight, Mike. I was like, what are you on about? He's like, not tonight. And I was like, give me the fucking keys to the Jeep. What the fuck are you doing, right? So next thing he's like, no, Mike, no. So anyway, I goes to go at him. Like, give me the fuck. I have to go play five-a-side. He picks up a chair and he puts the legs of the chair at me. He's like, get the fuck back. You know, like just a Vietnam, like someone with a machine gun in Vietnam. He's like, get the fuck back. So next thing anyway, he fucks the chair at me and pegs it down the farmyard towards my father in the milking parlour to make his case for the keys of the Jeep, right? Yeah. But on his way down, he stops off in the workshop of the farm, picks up a Stanley knife. But I didn't fucking know that, right? So anyway, I peg it behind him, like just to be like, give me the fucking keys. I put my hand on his shoulder and he just turns around with the Stanley, you dirty bastard, you fucking, right? So it gets me there. I still have a scar there and a scar here, right? And he gets me with the Stanley knife, right? Cut there. And this is the best part of it. After he does that, he continues on to my father in the milking parlour to make his case for the keys, thinking it's going to be unaffected by the stabbing of his brother. No joke. So next thing he goes in to talk to my father in the milk parlour. I come in after him. Blood is pouring out me like there. I come in after. I come in. He's talking to my father. He's like, "There's keys out there," doing his whole little thing. He looks back at me. I'm coming in covered in blood, and he turns to my father, and he just goes, "Now this is a separate issue. This is a separate issue, right?" I'm not even joking, right? So now what I haven't told you at this point is he's a great, great piano player. He's really, really good at playing piano. So he's the favorite child, right? So after this, like I was back inside.
He loves keys.
Huh? He loves keys. Oh. The connection's right there. There you go. That's why Hutch makes the big money. Starsky and Hutch. Listen. So anyway, I was in after. I was like, "We have put him in a fucking mental institution. This is fucking he's done this." And my mother's like, "What did you must have provoked him to somehow, because he's so good at piano." And she loves piano, like classical music and shit. And he was outside the door, marching still up and down, like just goose stepping like a lunatic. And he heard me say that, and he just shouted in, "I should have finished off when I had the fucking chance." Yeah.
Did you get to 5-a-side?
Huh? I did. I got stereo strips because my mother is a nurse, and I went and played. And had probably a very good game. I can't remember.
Yeah, you should play on adrenaline, mate.
Yeah.
I'd love our brothers to have a podcast.
Together.
Yeah.
That'd be
To get their side of the story.
Yeah.
To give them the right to reply.
The right that we were born with.
That's funny, that the way he's like read up on all like laws and stuff, and he just keeps like bringing them back all the time.
Oh yeah, but
Cases.
he'd also like he'd be calling childline on my parents and shit. Yeah. If they didn't give him enough custard, like that part. Do you know what I mean? Next thing he'd be on the phone to the fucking authorities, like
Getting through to the government and that.
Yeah. That was just it was my.
I've had insufficient custard.
Has he chilled
This
out?
custard was an insult. Was an act of aggression, and it will not stand.
Ambrosia is not a brand I'm familiar with.
Has he chilled out now that he's got older? Yeah,
He's a great lad. He's a great lad. So he took over the farm. So he's he's the keys to everything.
Fucking
now.
hell.
Oh, he has got the keys.
Well, the inmates are running
the animals are shitting themselves now.
Well, everyone is kind of now keeping it. Like if you come there, everyone's kind of smiling. But it's kind of like North Korea. You know what I mean? It's like everyone is like, how are things? They're like very good, but like there you can see into fear in my mother's eyes, my father. But like they, it's a bit. It's just chaotic, like
Nim nog on.
Nimnog. Yeah, lad. Yeah, there's a picture of him in the living room that has to be kept.
Your pledge
undusted.
allegiance to him.
Yeah. He so he's there now, so he's running the farm now. He has everything, so he owns it all. So like it all worked out. It worked out for him. But to be honest, I think after that incident, I think my father was like, this is the man to take over. Like this is the man who'll protect the land. Because my father like has this thing of like, well, it's like a fucking, it's a real Irish agricultural thing, but it's just like land is like
Power.
Land is power and land is everything. And
9/10 of the law, famously.
Famously 9/10 of the
Gandhi
law.
said that.
It was Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. And then he said, land is 9/10 of the law. And then he fingered.
Yeah, then he said, "Get your pants down, kid."
It's just a test. Oh, I failed again.
Oh, failed.
Look at this, a reset tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah,
See,
but
we can do highbrow on here.
yeah, absolutely. Political stuff. Well, you listen to a political podcast, so you're engaged and you're a humanist.
Oh, I love it, mate.
Yeah.
But I fall asleep to it, so I miss a lot of the story. But I come here and explain, don't I?
Yeah.
I go, oh, this mad thing happened. This politician was a right cunt in the 60s. And then it's tails off.
Right.
Why do you reckon it is? Because it's so boring, politics.
Nah, it's that, mate. The scandals are so good.
Tell me a juicy,
Right.
fat scandal.
Jeremy Thorpe, have you heard of him?
No, he was a swimmer, Australian. No.
No, it's Ian Thorpe.
That's Ian.
The Thorpedo.
The Thorpe, that they weren't, and Ian Thorpe is a gay man. He came out as homosexual, and it's size 17 feet. So you can only imagine what's going into the arse of his lover.
He's good at holding his breath.
He Oh! Go on, Hutch. I'll be Starsky. So anyway,
Jeremy Thorpe.
Jay Thorpe.
Very charismatic.
Yeah.
Liberal politician coming up the ranks.
Yes.
And coming up boys' asses.
One influenced by Gandhi.
Yeah. Norman. Yes. What's he called? Norman. Google Jeremy Thorpe Norman.
Okay.
He changed his name.
Yeah.
So Jeremy Thorpe is a gay man when it was illegal over here. So mid-60s, early 60s.
2016.
Norman Scott.
Norman Scott, yeah. He had a prior name, so he changed his name to Norman Scott in the rebrand. Yeah. But he had a better name, anyway.
Yeah.
So Jeremy Thorpe
yeah.
fancies this Norman Scott, who's like a teenager.
Yeah.
They're having an illicit affair and stuff. Jeremy Thorpe, his stock is rising, and he's bumming the life out of this lad.
Yeah.
While it's all illegal.
Consensual.
Stuff. Yeah.
But is it love?
He was praying. Norman was very reliant on him.
Right.
Because
he wasn't all there, was he, the kid even?
He wasn't all there because
he was a disabled.
No, he was all there.
No, he was Jesus.
He was a window licker.
He just wasn't all there. You know what I mean? Like
yes. Yeah.
I think he was like he was, what was it called?
Thick as a plank. He was.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah.
He was happy.
Right.
He was
happy. He was a happy lad.
Yeah. Loved his keys.
More dog than boy. There was a canine element to his mind. Am I right?
Yeah. Waggy tail.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're bumming. Norman has left his national insurance card so he can't get a job at this guy's house. So Jeremy Thorpe's like, I'll sort you out, don't worry. Let me bum you. So he's like, yeah, sound. Then some other stuff happens. And then it all ends with Norman says, I'm sick of this. You're not, doing, you split up with me. His head fell off. So Norman goes to the police and goes, Jeremy Thorpe's been bumming my back out. Yeah. I'm fucking fed up.
I've enough of it.
Yeah. So the police...
No more bumming my back out.
So the police go, you're lying, and batter him.
They batter him.
Yeah, he's screaming, I'm not a wolf.
Because...
Oh God.
But the police have been... They're Thorpe men.
Yeah. The police beat him up.
Yeah.
Norman rebuilt his life in Ireland. And
he comes to Ireland.
And then Jeremy his stocks continuing to rise. Norman then gets a wife. The wife leaves him. And he's really bitter. Like, why is Jeremy...
He missed out a bit.
What?
Changed his name, Norman.
Oh yeah, changed his name
to
from
Dylan.
To Dylan Lynch. Why is Katie left? Why did my bum get bummed out? Why am I a dog? Why is this window still not clean? Give me my keys.
I've been licking it for nigh on 15 years.
So he rings Jeremy Thorpe's wife. He went, guess what, mate? I'm Norman Scott. Your fella used to bum my back out, lad. So she's like, oh, what? Anyway,
yeah.
Jeremy Thorpe's like, oh, he's talking bollocks and all this stuff.
Bummed his back out.
Bummed his back out. Bummed his back out. Bit of tomfoolery.
Yes, I gave him a seeing to as was only right at the time, Marion.
He leaked on the windows.
He was a window cleaner. We didn't ask him to do it, but it was in his nature, you see.
Good boy.
He was a good... Yeah. Give him a little doggy treat. Let him lick the windows.
That's what he gets paid.
Throw it into the corner.
So she starts...
So Thorpe says, that's not true.
Yeah, she starts... She's like, right, I believe you, but she doesn't deep down. And she starts getting transfixed. She goes into trances like this.
The wife. Whoa.
Just a sad trance like that. You know?
I actually went, yeah.
So he's like, he's like, oh, fucking hell. And Jeremy's like, oh, I know she believes. And she's too embarrassed to say,
Yeah.
my fella bums dogs.
Has been shagging dogs.
Yeah.
Oh, lad.
So one day, Jeremy Thorpe comes home from his politics, and there's a police there. So he's like, oh shit, 'cause he's been embezzling funds to like try and do a bit of, hush money.
Skullduggery.
Yeah, hush money and stuff. So he thinks it's about that. And he says, oh, your wife's died. Your wife's been fucking fucked off by a truck, mate. So he's like, oh, fucking hell, that's fucking shit, that,
Whoa. His wife's dead.
His wife's dead, car crash.
And was she in the trance while driving?
This is it. This is it. So it's all just played down as an accident. Then at the, what's the thing? What's the court dead thing? Coronary? Something? What? Coronary?
Coroner's report.
Coroner's report.
Coroner's report.
No, the inquest.
Inquest.
Coroner's inquest.
The truck driver's like, mighty har. Oh, I remember the day mighty well. Really? My windows were dirty, and I remember the day mighty well, because the sun was shining and the rain was pouring, and I was looking at a rainbow. And he goes, I remember the little lady driving along in a Fiat Punto. And she seemed lost, know. She seemed lost. She seemed like she was in a...
She won't never gonna be found.
Trance. Jeremy Thorpe's like, she's only had trances since Norman blabbed. So Jeremy goes, I'm getting him iced, mate. So Jeremy organised plots to murder Norman.
Wow.
Have him whacked.
Yeah, with his assistant. So his assistant's just like, I'll do anything for you, Jeremy. Do you know what I mean? Bum my back out. No, stop. Shush.
Oh, God.
So he's like, he tries to talk him out of it, but no, what are you doing? So the assistant goes, yeah, we got him in Florida, and we went to pull the trigger, but we couldn't. So we let him go, but he's very... This didn't happen, but he was just saying to Jeremy, he gets the message now. He's not going to blab anymore. Do you know what I mean? And then he goes, no, we're going to fucking kill this guy.
We want him dead.
Because he could become Prime Minister, Jeremy Thorpe.
He's doing that well.
The party's doing really well, and it's like, this is a skeleton in my closet, I need burying. So then he hires some fucking piss can to do the murder.
Yep.
Takes him to the moors, shoots Norman's dog.
A dog
Kills
with a dog.
Yeah, kills the dog.
Fucking hell.
And then...
That's what got Tony there. He didn't like that. You like that part. You don't like dogs.
Yeah, kills the dog. No, and then the gun doesn't work. And the gun don't work. So...
But his love gun did.
So he bums Norman's back out.
No,
No.
doesn't work. So Norman fucking pelts it across the moors.
Yeah.
And then he sits down and he's like, this is shit, my life's shit. Fuck it. So he gets up off this rock and marches towards the gunman and he goes, go on then, do it.
Whoa.
Do it.
Wow.
Fuck.
Gunman couldn't get it working.
Redemption.
Couldn't get it working. So
It's hard when you're under pressure sometimes.
So the gunman just goes, fuck it, I'm driving off. It happens to all, and then...
So he ran.
So the
gunman just drove off.
The gunman drove off. So
Left your man in the moors.
Norman's in the moors, piss wet through. He flags down the car.
With his dead dog?
Yeah, goes to his dead dog.
Did he bury the dog?
Or
is that
holds it in his arms?
In his
and
arms.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
He flags,
walking down the road.
Yeah, he flags down the stranger car, and they're like, fucking Jeremy Thorpe's been bumming me back out. I lit windows, not anymore.
Yes.
Dog's dead.
Yeah.
So they're like, fucking hell.
Well, do you think he relapsed to licking windows because of the stress, maybe, in the car? Or
Well,
no?
it is a comfort.
Right.
I've
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
So, dog's dead, windows clean.
Yeah.
Fact.
Valhalla, paradise. That's all you want in life.
Exactly.
Dead dog and a clean window,
So
and I'm happy.
all comes to light.
Yeah.
Gets Jeremy Thorpe in court, and then the judge is having a smear campaign against Norman. He leads the jury. So Norman feels like he's on trial.
Because the judge is in Thorpe's pocket, is what you're telling me.
Well,
I don't want to make
and
assumptions about it.
then Jeremy Thorpe gets off, so Norman doesn't have his justice.
His dog.
Then there's a BBC adaptation where Hugh Grant plays Jeremy Thorpe, and the outpouring of support for Norman, who's now in his 80s, gave him a real nice bow on the end of his life because he was finally believed.
Right. So the Hugh Grant saved the day again.
No, he didn't save the day. He was the bummer.
He was the bummer.
Yeah, he was Jeremy Thorpe.
What I mean is his portrayal of Thorpe
Yeah.
in the series,
Yeah.
because so villainous it was,
Yeah.
gained the sympathy of the British public
Yeah, of the Normans.
To Norman.
towards Norman. So it was Hugh Grant.
So he never got caught for it.
Never got caught for it.
It's funny that we were talking there about, have you ever met someone that was into bestiality? Did you ever?
Me mate ate a fish and shoved a coin up a cat's ass. But it wasn't sexual.
Did you say he ate a fish?
Yeah, used to eat goldfish at house parties.
Right.
That's
yeah.
party trick.
Like, it was like his.
Party, yeah.
No one asked him.
Would he?
Went, check this.
It's be fucking goldfish.
Yeah. He just ate people's goldfish.
Yeah, he just used to eat fish, man. He was,
Right. And is he doing well now? Is he working as a lawyer? Or is he?
I don't know what I was up to. And he shoved coins up his cat's ass. So I think he's
Probably in prison.
he's probably.
I was on a date with a girl there not so long ago, and part of what she did, she's like, "Oh, what's your biggest fantasy?" She says to me,
On the first date.
"Yeah."
Oh, that's
yeah.
a bit of a heavy thing.
Well, she was as bold as a pig. This one, she was just, kind of. If she stepped inside the church, she'd go on fire, kind of thing, you know. So she was, and we kind of met by sordid means as well.
Why did you meet?
In an alley. She was, she was like, she's a sticky character, but she anyway, she was like, "Oh, what's your biggest fantasy?" And I don't know. When people ask me this, I hate it. I don't, just shoving it in there, and then I come back out and I'll shove it in again, and that'll. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you like that, or do you have some kind of yoke where you want to know spider?
I have where she's a town crier.
Yes,
And she-
like hear ye.
Yeah.
Right.
But she's doing it without a permit.
Ah,
And I'm a counsellor.
Yes.
Who go, "Have you got a permit for that?"
Yes.
And she goes, hear ye, permits no longer needed, And I go, "Well, if you read the that got put through since 2017,
yes.
all town criers now need a permit.
Yeah.
Now suck this cock."
Oh, that's fucking nice.
So we do town crier counsellor
Yes.
quite a bit.
That's fucking nice. That's good. Because that's like she's a rule breaker. And,
Yeah.
But
And plus, they ring the bell while you're at it.
right. And she's in this kind of thing. She's just an aspiring town crier. Like
She's an enthusiast.
right. Yeah. And she's hoping if everyone sees her doing it well, she'll be hired to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
She's going right because
There's progression there.
because
Yeah.
the ex
That's
town crier his permits expired.
Yeah.
For reasons that can't be said.
Right.
He's been crying at the wrong town.
The ex-town crier.
yeah.
Gandhi.
So she's town crying on the street, and I go,
Yeah.
And is there any way around it? Constantly ringing the bell. And I go, well, there is some way around it.
Yeah.
I am the man who signs the permits.
Yes.
Hey.
Hutch.
You can ring my bell.
Ah.
Oh, don't make it like that.
I mean, that's lewd. Yeah, that is crass.
Tony.
Yeah, I don't know.
Nice
about-
chat.
I didn't like that, Tony. I didn't like.
I was go dirty.
I didn't like how I felt after you said that.
I'll
I didn't
make
like
you
how I felt.
cry.
Yeah. Oh,
What?
that's worse again. That's even.
sicko.
You got off the hook with
I'm
that. 'cause
naughty.
that-
I'm naughty, but he's sick.
There was a-
sick.
Well, there was a nastiness. There was a cruelty
Yeah,
to
because
that.
I'll make
What
you
you
cry.
just did. That came from a place that was neither holy nor good.
Dylan watches like computer porn.
Yeah.
There's a guilt involved somewhere.
Do you watch
Computer.
like,
So you watch
cartoons?
computers romancing one another in some sort of a.
just USB in and out?
Yeah. Oh, but so,
Oh no, I've got a floppy disk.
yeah. And that's why he's number one. Just a second ago, he was on the ropes. We were saying he was crass, lewd, and no good. And he's turned it round to be the hero. So this girdle, so I was on the date with, so I says, "Oh, I don't know, just shoving it in and out of a woman now would do it for me." And so then she says, because when people ask you, they just want to say what she says, but she says she wants to be shagged by a dog. She wants to be fucked by a dog, and she watches dog porn. So like dogs shagging
Dogs
women.
fucking women,
Yes, which there is like plenty of that. So anyway, I says, marry me. No, I said, woof woof. No, I did, and this is not. I swear to God, I didn't end up riding her. And that's the thing. A woman could say anything, and you'd be like, oh, you know, that's
I could be open to
interesting.
that,
Yeah, but I did throw in a few barks and I had her going like Billy O, just a few. Meow.
She wants to be a cat.
No, is that not what a dog does? Meow.
No, it's a cat.
Is that a cat? Are you sure?
Woof woof.
Ah, right. I haven't been sleeping, lads.
When I first found, my brother was watching porn when he was about 10 years ago. He'd borrowed my iPad, and like Google saves your search.
Yeah.
All these search was man puts dick in woman. That was his porn. Which you kind of believe that. You're like, oh, he's got into an age where he's watching porn. At least he's not into dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just into like amateur stuff, isn't he? You know what I mean? We all start off like that, don't we?
Oh, I love that.
And now it's like fucking midgets and that.
You watch midgets, Tony?
No, I'm not that bad.
Well, you've said it now. You can expand on it.
I'd still have a wank for me is a big deal, mate. It's a fucking... It's like,
explain him to you, wank.
what?
Bring me into your world. If you were to now, like...
If I want to have a wank now, it's just like a ceremony. It's like a...
Right. Candles.
Yeah.
A choir.
It's a big deal because
Children's
like,
choir.
I've got to lie on my side, you know.
Like the coronation.
So I can see it. Yeah, like a coronation, yeah.
You have a little hat, a little
I have to
wanking
get
hat.
rolled. I have to ask my neighbour to like roll me over to my side.
Yeah.
Shout out Nigel.
Do my thing.
Yeah.
Then I say, then shout next door. You have to come in and roll me back over. It's just too much, mate. You know what I mean?
Right. But it's a bit... a friend of mine now lies on his side and just does... He has to be on his side and just does that. And he just puts pressure on it. And he can come from that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you wank in a certain technique...
Yeah.
It's hard to come... You know, if you have a dry spell in terms of, you know, playing tennis with a partner...
Yes.
You're just hitting the ball against the wall.
I don't follow you at all. What are you on about?
Playing tennis. Playing tennis.
Yeah.
Sex.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you've got someone else to hit the ball.
Yes. Right.
But you're just hitting the ball against the wall. Wanking.
Yeah.
If you get so used to a certain technique, hitting the ball against the wall,
Wanking again.
Yeah.
Wanking again.
when you eventually play tennis,
Yes.
Sex. you can't serve because you're so used to doing that,
Right.
you know.
I am a golf.
So if you have
So if you backhand it,
what I'd say, because we have a lot of incels watching this who can't get a shag,
Right.
is mix up your wanking, because when you eventually do get laid, you won't be able to come.
And I, have you been a victim of this yourself? Is that what I'm sensing? That I've hit on something here.
I've experienced that.
we're all friends here, Jamie.
I've experienced that.
Right. And was it tough? Was there a sadness that came with that, or a loneliness, or an isolation?
It was a 5-set match. It was a lot of fun.
15 love.
But like I researched it, and because I didn't have sex like a period of a few months.
Yeah. And did that get you down?
Not really. I mean, you take it as I never subscribed to that sort of bloodthirsty lust. I need to get laid. I'm quite a monogamous person, even if I'm not with someone.
Yeah.
I'm just dating someone. I'll still just be focused on one person.
I'm with you on that.
I don't shag around, even when I was single. You know,
You were monogamous with yourself,
yeah. So I had periods of time where I'd have like, you know, see someone for a couple of times, and maybe have we'd take it to Santa Court.
Yeah.
Sex.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fake laugh. I didn't.
You
know
have
what
one challenge remaining, Mr. Hutchinson.
New balls, please.
Ball boy. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Fuck, man.
Fault.
What? Yes. disqualified.
So yeah, because you get the human body gets so used to coming one way. It's like your man can only come from squeezing now.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
because
a
he's so
pressure.
used to it. So fucking, you know.
Well, he's got to wean himself. He's probably got to go to some sort of an institute, maybe, and relearn.
Yeah, you get rewired. I just mix it up.
Yeah,
do your left hand, backhand.
Yeah,
put it in the door.
The fridge, the pressure between the fridge, the doors of the fridge. Do you know that black kind of plastic there? Have you ever encountered that, or ever kind of decided to have fun with that in any way?
I've never fucked my fridge, no.
Huh?
I've never fucked my fridge.
You wouldn't?
No.
Because of a respect for the fridge, or?
No, because I think it'd hurt.
Right.
You are the fridge. You would hurt. You are the fridge.
Hit the fridge. Hit me.
Well, you're confused.
I've seen my mate, when I was 14, my mate shagged the mattress in front of me.
Really?
Like a hole in the mattress.
Was it a memory foam?
No.
Was it left scarred?
Was he like dodging the springs?
I don't know.
Was it left a maimed fucking mess?
But I was innocent. I was setting up Mousetrap on the floor, the game.
I thought you were just trying to catch a mouse. This goddamn mouse! It's been ruining our lives.
And he shagged a mattress in front of me. And,
Don't you find that's a bit disturbing?
Yeah, and he wanked in front of me.
Can I ask you this?
Are you 14 as well?
Yeah, I was 13.
And he's 14.
He was a year above.
He was a year above, and he was. Do you think that him doing that was like, you better watch it or this will happen to you?
No, I think he was horny.
Right, and he just and you being there didn't in any way dampen down his desire.
No, so once,
yeah,
one day we're playing with his mum's dildos.
Yes,
just throwing them at each other.
Yeah.
So she had this sticky one, a little sticky one, and we threw it on the
it would if it would stick to the wall.
Like Velcro-y, so not Velcro-y, like
a spider dildo.
Yeah, like the alien thing.
Right.
Aliens.
Yes. It's an alien.
Yeah. So
yeah.
We're throwing that to each other, just having a laugh. It was 6 weeks holidays. And we throw it sticks to the ceiling, and it starts peeling off as she comes in to shout at us.
No.
And it's peeling above her head. And we're like, oh my God. And it's dangling like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Right?
This didn't have consciousness at all, or did?
No.
It wasn't sentient or...
No. It was inanimate. It was inanimate.
It was an inanimate object. Yeah. Because you said alien, and I was like...
No, do you know the alien things you used to get in eggs?
Yeah. Chickens. No. Are they of this earth? Chicken? No, they are.
Don't you remember the little toys you used to get?
They come from dinosaurs.
Oh. The little toys, the aliens, are like an egg.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
And it got goo in them. You know what I mean?
A gooey alien.
Yeah. Goo.
I know goo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fucking familiar with goo. I don't know too much about bloody goo. I was an altar boy. We got slimed everybody by Nickelodeon. Just
Nickelodeon?
Yeah. It was 50-50.
Yeah.
Gunged. So gooey penis stuck to roof.
Stuck to roof.
That's peeling above her head.
Yeah.
And as she stands, it just misses her head. I was like, fucking hell, it was a close call. It was all good fun.
But she saw it come down.
No, she left. And as she left, it was like
Yeah.
sitcom sort of timing.
Yes.
Timed it perfectly. Anyway, later that night, I'm staying at his house. We're top and tailing.
Yeah.
He wanks in front of me.
Now, is this giving you the green light to go for it yourself, or are you like?
I don't think I would have been discouraged.
Right.
But I was.
Was he looking at you when you
No,
were
he was at one end of the bed. So
Yeah.
my Pauline and Stuart foot are
Yes.
at his, Mr. and
Yeah,
Mrs.
but I mean,
Arm.
when you seen him that he was wanking, did you make eye contact with him? Like, was he
No,
like,
no.
Your
it was
Pauline
at
and
the end of
Stuart
the
were as his window licker head, and then he
Yeah.
did.
His feet were by my window lick head.
Yeah.
So he's like, I just feel the bed vibrate.
Yeah.
I see he's wanking.
Yeah.
But it was before I could come.
Yes.
So I thought, fucking, I can't join in.
Right.
Devastated.
But you couldn't. But see, this lad, was this a mental thing that you couldn't come, or there was just the ball hadn't dropped?
I was pre-cum. I wanted to come, but I was like, I cannot come.
Because I was wanking and finishing for, I think, 4 years with no jizz. Like just absolute clean shots. And I would do it everywhere, like in like cattle trailers.
What came out?
Huh? Hope. Like it was just hope. Just the hope for a better future.
Oh, I was hopeless. Yeah. So I wake up.
Yeah.
He's wanked.
Yeah.
I wake up, and the pool table falls on me.
What? So is it because the rumble that he's caused with is an earthquake?
I wake up
Right.
to him. I wake up to go for a piss, and he, while I've been sleeping, has put his mum's love cuffs from me to the pool table pocket.
He's put you under some sort of arrest. You'd commit a sleep crime. Is that right?
I don't know. Maybe it was snoring.
Were you just saying, like, shouting the N-word in your sleep, or what did you...
I don't know. He was. I don't know if it was a fetish, and he said it was like, oh, it's just a joke and everything. But to wake up after someone's wanked in front of you,
He didn't want you to run away.
to pink love cuffs on a pool table.
Did you feel anything? Like, did you feel sore or anything? Or
Well, yeah, pool table fell on me.
I meant like in your areas. Or
Yeah, on us, no.
or your
Did you feel to yourself, maybe I'll stay around someone else's house next time?
Yeah,
No,
maybe I need
or
new
did you-
friends.
His mum made mint chips, though.
Did she?
Oh, it's perfect then, isn't it?
Right.
She was the only one on the estate with a chip pan.
But you're of course, imagine the amount of love you're going to be putting into your food if you've been fucking rogering
but
fucking aliens up your goo up your fucking
You don't know how
pussy
good
for
these chips were, man.
Were they?
Oh, they were so good, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Cheryl's Chips.
Fuck.
Chris, I hope you got all the help you need.
So I used to so I'd be wanking, but like nothing came out. So it was like clean. Did you ever have this, Tony?
Did a liquid come out?
When I was,
Nothing.
When I was about...
So you feel the orgasm, but...
Oh, I feel the
Yeah,
orgasm.
you feel it, but nothing. Yeah, yeah. It was when
Yeah.
I was about 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could do it like, you could do it in, I'd be like coming in class and stuff. I'm not in the middle of French class. I'd be like, this is the past
Oh,
tense.
this is a romantic thing.
I'm not even joking. And there'd be someone beside me. I was sitting in, this is actually true. I'd be sitting in so we were putting two in a desk.
Yeah.
And it had a little hole put in the corner. And I used to, because I hadn't a puberty, so I used to go like that and I'd just be there. And then just, and she'd be like, what's wrong? And I'd be just like, is that not French? And I'd look at her like that. Yeah.
There's a pronoun in French, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's actually...
I came in a bookies.
You did?
Yeah.
Was it a big loss?
No, I used to work there.
Ah.
And I was just having a fucking horrific hangover. So I used to sleep in the toilet.
Yeah.
So we had like this perfect toilet stockroom combo. So you could put your head on the box of betting slips.
Yes.
And your feet in the bog because it was cooler in there.
To wet your feet.
No,
Have them washed,
just chill.
like Christ.
No,
did.
just to get cool on you, to lower your body temperature after a hangover.
Ah.
So I used to sleep in the
Like
toilet.
cryogenic.
Yeah, so
chamber
me
type
and my
of thing.
mate used to work there, and we used to take it shifts like, oh, can I sleep in the toilet now?
Yes.
So
It was a prize. It was something that was sought after. Yeah.
I mean, oh my God, your double shift,
Yeah.
2 fucking toilet kips, come on.
Whoa. Spoiled.
So you'd have a wank in there as well.
Yeah. And was that a regular thing that you'd wank in the bookies? And
Sundays.
And did you think there was like a post-nut clarity? Would you come back out and be like, number 7, number 10?
Oh, yeah, I know
Now.
I know all the odds and stuff.
Yeah. It became like a beautiful mind. Just,
I just need to come on a betting slip.
yeah. Oh, fucking hell.
Well,
Yeah.
it's been emotional.
It has.
Was that it?
That's us.
We're done, man.
Fucking hell.
Oh, for fuck's sake, lads.
I have to get you
Yeah.
back on now. I enjoyed that. It was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I'd love to do it again.
See, we can do highbrow.
But that was actually, there was a lot of ideas there, I thought.
It was.
Yeah.
Concepts flying everywhere.
There was
We've
concepts.
got to do a comeback. We've got to come back. And,
Yes.
Mike Christ II.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I would like that for, yes.
The resurrection.
Now, there you go. That's a biblical reference by this cunt.
Are you two the same religion?
Everything you've said's been wrong. I
Are
don't
you
want to say that.
Are you two the same side of the wall or what?
Huh?
Are you two the same?
No, Jesus, no.
No?
I wouldn't piss him if he was on fire.
Don't blame him.
What are you?
A good Catholic boy.
Catholic or you prodi, yeah?
Don't ever say that to me again, Tom. That was a nasty dig at the end of the podcast. And you've been crass and you've been crude. And you're a nasty character.
I'm horrible. I'm horrible.
And you have occasional wanks. Listen.
And nothing comes out.
Nothing comes out.
Thank you very much, mate.
Thanks a million.
People
lads.
find you, mate.
Yeah.
Where can people
I will be. I'm not going to be anywhere actually. No, at Mike Rice Comedy on Instagram. Mike and Victoria's Guide to Parenting is a podcast I do, and also another podcast called Big Mike and the Chief as well. So yeah,
Absolutely unbelievable comic. So get onto him, please. My tour, Liverpool second date, it's now on sale, and it's like another 500 seats. So we need your help to shift it. So buy a ticket, share it when you've bought it, because that encourages more people.
And Jamie will give you a personalised video message.
Not anymore, I won't.
You will.
No, I won't.
Honestly.
I won't. Bristol second date is coming. Brighton date is coming. Newcastle second date we're working on as well. So keep buying tickets.
Southampton still got 10 men behind the
Southampton, 10 men behind the wall. Fucking free yourself, mate. Get a ticket for Southampton, mate. Come on, you knobheads. DTS Lunch on Twitch.
Twitch, yes.
What days? Tuesdays?
Tuesday and Sunday.
Not today, though.
No.
Because we're dancing.
dancing, baby.
And Tony Carroll and Friends in June.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fuck off.
Nice one, lads.